Good morning, everyone. My name is Muni Chauhan. Today we will all discussion about the is cricket responsible for the situation of other sports in India or not. So, in my opinion, cricket is responsible for the situation of other sports in India. Cricket has become more popular in India. Its overpopularity kills other sports in India. Whenever a cricket series are organized, national or international, many people watch keep watching on it on television sets uh, to leave their routine work because of watching it. It is making people in unemployment. It cricket's fans increased in India day by day, not in cities, also in villages. Now I would invite to others. Now I would like to invite others to take.
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Sushant, and partially agree with your point because I know cricket is undoubtedly very famous in India, but every sports have their dedicated fan base. Cricket is only famous in India, but if you talk about outer countries, the other sports like football, basketball are more famous, and cricket is not responsible for other condition of sports in India because it's the major reason the why cricket is more responsible, why cricket is more famous in India because media factor and the investment. The media is responsible how because they always shows the cricket in limelight, and the biggest investment given in the cricket is by the government or the private sectors also, and other uh,
You can see on other hand when badminton matches and क्या होता है? Other matches are held, no one bother about it. Only people crazy about cricket.
that's what I'm saying. Cricket is always on the limelight, and the other sports are not focused by the media. And by in badminton and or in football, in hockeys, and these sports are never won the World Cup or never win a small sports. That's why these sports are never comes in limelight, and never and government never try to invest some biggest amount of fund in that kind of sports.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nisha Danga. So, condition of a sport in India is cricket responsible. So, I think is cricket responsible. Like the cricket has become a thing of business. And nowadays, most of the rich persons um, invest on cricket, like in IPL, in other leagues.
Hello everyone, this is Prashant Chaudhary, and my views are that cricket is not responsible for the condition of other sports in India because even cricket is famous in India because there is less infrastructures to play in cricket. If we want to play a cricket in a room, in a lobby, we can play, but other games we cannot play in a room or in a lab. Or if we want to play a cricket, just we have spent a little amount of money. But if we want to play another games like carom, so we have to purchase carom. If we want to play a football, then we have to buy a football which is so much expensive. And a cricket, we have only buy a 20 rupees ball and a one stick which is easily found in our home, and then we are started playing cricket. So that's why cricket is famous in the children's. And then when we are playing cricket about their young ages, then we can also have a cricket in our habits, so we loved cricket most. And the second reason is cricket is most famous in India because of the businessmen, because they want the cricketers to advertise their products. That's why they are going to be the famous, and then the students and adults and the youngest ones all are watching crickets because they love them by showing their advertisements. And the other sports are not improving so much because of uh, they are not getting more awards or more facilities. If the people wants to learn how to play football in a small area, then they can also learn or they can also see the football. But when they are not playing football, basketball, badminton in small areas or in their young age, then that's why they are not seeing these sports, because they don't know the benefits of these sports. So this is the reason that most of the sports are not developing in India. And the other reason is that mm, we other reason is that the government should try to improve other sports as well. As cricket is improved in India, so government started many of the uh, games like Khelo India, and or there is many international or national sports playing in India, and state levels sports, and national level sports in India is also holding to developed other sports. But the cricket, we can found a cricket is played in all of the countries. In we can see that cricket is played in all alleys and little small grounds. That's why cricket is most famous in India.
I agree with you that you said that lack of fund, the cricket and the other sports are not very famous in India. But when cricket is not announced, before that, the football is more famous. As you know, in 1962, football won the gold medal in India, and in 1962, this that year was the last year when football was end. Why football was end? Because the death of Sayyid Abdul Sayyid Rahim death, and after that, many biggest players get retired from footballs, and politics plays a very major role in that politics. And after that, lack of funds, no one is giving the funds in football. So because of that, football is now no more famous.
Hockey is also most popular, as we saw that uh, we won Olympic gold medal in hockey first. I would like to add some point that in India there is a fiction that hockey is our national game, but it is not. The fiction is was going because of India wants us many times gold medals in hockey Olympic. That's why the people think that hockey is our national game, but it is not. At that time, hockey is too much famous. Before we are getting independence, or we are getting independence, hockey is the only game that India was playing very well. That's why hockey is supposed to be our national game. But after we are not having gold medals in hockey, then we are starting winning World Cups and Asian Games and many trophies in cricket. That's why nowadays cricket is the most developed game in India, or most popular game in India. So that's why India is not having any national sports. So that's why they take all games as a equal way. They suppose that all games are equal. They are not discriminate any games on their own purpose. But the youngest persons or the people of India only wants to love cricket and watching cricket.
My name is Chandrapal. Today I am telling about condition of sports in India. Some includes challenges like lack of resources. There is a lack of resources in sports, and lack of government support. Government does not support sports, and uh, social attitudes. Uh, there is a discriminate male and female gender, and lack of resources. The government not provide uh, resources, so that other sports not popular in India than cricket. And some in challenges, other sports not career option in India, and not provide enough equipment and uh, poor management.
And there is one point, like most of the parents consider this, like there is no career option in sport. Most of the schools and most of the schools are not allowed to cramming the syllabus. They are not a support to sports, like most of the players, most of the as we know, most of the players are not well educated. So they are not I think couldn't get chance from schools. They had to work hard in spite of school, in spite of school study.
Nowadays, cricket are more famous in India. We can say under under a big tree, small plants never grow up. So you we can say that other sports in India like small plants. If if we will not focus other sports, then we will not focus other games that other game will be damaging.
I don't agree with you because you said that under a tree, small plants never grows. But in my opinion, other sports are not growing because lack of infrastructure in India. As you can see, for cricket there are many stadiums that present in India, but for football, basketball, and for swimming, there are few stadiums. You can say there's no stadiums in India, so that's why they are not growing. And other factor is media is not covering that sport. And why cricket is famous after the announcing in past, after the announcing the radio, the first sports we heard on radio, that was this cricket. That's why cricket is more famous in India. And if we talk about the growing in other sports, what happened, we can take the instance of kabaddi or boxing. In that case, what happened, if we talk about the girls team, the coaches are not good. They they just grab the money by that given by the government. They just grab the fund and not giving their students to grow. That's why other sports are lacking and regard as compared to cricket.
I am partially agree with you. As you saying, infrastructure is the main reason of that. But in India, the sports is all state wise. That in South all states, the football is more famous than the cricket. That's why we see many of the stadium of football or hockey, they will be made in south side states, but in northern or eastern the cricket is most famous, so we can find many of the cricket stadium in northern or eastern India. Or as you talking about infrastructure, uh, nowadays government should apply many of the stadium, made many of the stadiums for playing. In Tamil Nadu there is one multitasking or multi sports stadium is made by the government, in which we can play 5 or 6 type of sports, including swimming, football, hockey, lawn tennis and squash.
Is it at national level? Is it at
The
national level?
stadium is not a national level. The stadium is only the state.
So that stadium only for practice.
Yes, the stadium is only for practice of the candidates of playing the games. Or in many of the states, like Punjab, the wrestling is most famous than other sports. We found most wrestlers in Punjab and Haryana. Many of the candidate of Haryana and Punjab was doing wrestling because of they want a gold medal in Olympic, and then they want a government job.
If there is any stadium that we can perform that football at highest level.
Yes, there is many stadiums in India, because now national level football games was holding in India. So we have a stadium. That's why we are organized that the sports. If we don't have a stadium, then how can we organize the football captaincies in India? We also football Asian football games in India just a few years ago. So we have stadiums. We cannot say that infrastructure is less. And many sports, if we are preparing all the stadiums of all sports in one state, then they should be more expensive or more area to be consumed by the stadiums. That's why all stadiums is not easy to made in a one state. That's why the other different states have different type of stadiums. This is the reason of that.
I would like to add one more point. Like parents should allow their kids to play sports. In a sport quota, there's more option to get a job. Like if you are preparing government job for a long time, then if you are then at the same way you can prepare for sport. It's a long time, then it will be beneficial for you both of the way. Like uh, after um, after won gold medals, then you will get government job also. Recent time, Parul Chaudhary won gold medal, and then she got DSP post from UP in UP.
I agree with you that you said recently Parul Chaudhary won the gold medal in running. Yes, she got the DSP post in India. Yeah, this is the major reason why the sports is not highlighting, because she won the gold medal, and the media didn't cover that news. And what media covered, the Elvis Yadav won the Big Boss, the and other celebrities doing that thing. So media is also responsible for that. Media is not covering what is necessary for India. It's covering those news which is necessary for youth and for our Bollywood. So this is also the reason why India is, why other sports are lacking of limelight.
Agree with his point. As he said, media covers the sports person after when they won the medal. Before that, no, know them. This is actually the reason they, when they don't get appreciation or any kind of thing, how they will perform better. And after winning medal, how often they will come in limelight? Hardly 1 or 2 months. After that, no one appreciate them. So this is actually the reason why Indians are not doing well in other sports, because media glamorize cricketers' life as celebrity cricketers. They thought cricket is a successful career. I think they have to telecast other sports also, so that they take other sports as a successful career.
Hello one says that media is not showing other sports. That's why they are not famous in India. But the media is not only responsible for this. The peoples are also responsible for that, because if media just starts showing other sports, then the TRP of media channel are going down, because people are not want to see the sports which are not famous or like cricket. So media was just want to show that things that people want to see. If people want to see sports, then media was should start showing sports. But public want to see celebrities, what are they doing, cricketers, what are they doing, and what's happening in India. And they want only masala newses everywhere, what's going on. That's why media is showing that type of news, not just sports, because they also want to hide their TRP to get income and pay their employees their fees. That's why they are showing such type of newses, except sports of others.
Um, Now so many sports are there in which is- sports person are doing better. Like we can take example of kabaddi. Nowadays kabaddi is leading, and youth are making their career in it. Star Sports is covering the, I think, KPL, and second example of football as they arrange ISL. So I think
It is what if it's done with all sports, then people came to know there are more sports in which they can make their career in it. If they want to know about other sports, then how they will make career in it. I think it is it's always not about money and TRP. They can show them sometime.
Yeah, as she said, people if they don't know, then how can we they perform? How can we they get into the other sports? Yeah, this is the mentality of many peoples. So this is the mentality of many people that many parents thinks that if our child is preparing for any sports, how they will get how will he take the government exam? But it's not like that. If a if a kid is preparing for sports, if he selected, then he also can take the government exam.
Now I would like to add one point. Uh, in today's time, BCCI is a richest organization in world. There was a time when BCCI have no money, no enough money to organize a World Cup. That time, Dhirubhai Ambani came forward and help uh, cricketers to organize the World Cup. Because of him help, India was able to organize the World Cup. Then also no sponsors came forward. Then Sachin and Sehwag, like Ganguly, these were the sports person who did better and take cricket to new height. This is the reason why cricket is dominating the world, because they perform better. Before that, when cricket is not famous that time, hockey was ruling the all sports from 1928 to 1964. Hockey won 6 back-to-back Olympic medals. That time, hockey was unbeaten. So my point is, every person wants to see their nation doing well, whichever sports they are watching on TV.
So finally, in last, if we want to improve the other sports in India, first of all, we have to uh, reduce corruptions in sports, as many of the sports coaches are doing corruption and they having the student meals money, and they didn't give him the meals at the time or a proper manners. So this is one of the reason that the students are not doing best, because if they are not having good meal, they are not performing well. And the other reason is the we can start sports in a school levels at a vast area, as like in Agra Moon Olympic is holding. So many of the other type of games should be started in that swimming should be added in Mool Olympic. Football should be added, and hockey. Such type of sports, if we are added in a small type of Olympic games in the state levels, then the other sports should also be improving in India. Thank you.